Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam, the podcast brought to you by the Macau Casino and in association with SportsMatters TV. I am your host, Jerry Collin, and we're going to ramp it through some breaking news, some results, and much more. And yet again, I'm joined by the one and only Phil Connolly. And yet again, Matt is away. He's in Cyprus at the moment. He's got a great life, Matt. He's been away now, I think, every week the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, he was only back
But
from Greece and then he went to Cyprus.
yeah, Greece and Cyprus, that's pure bliss. So we will talk Crown Jewel, guys. We're going to talk Rebel County Wrestling and a bit more. And yet again, you know what I mean. There's been a lot of breaking news in the last day or two as well. So we will bring you that. But I'm quickly going to go to a topic that will catch Phil Connolly off my guard. Phil, Goldberg announces he will have a retirement match next year. Thoughts on this? I know Dolph Ziggler's not too happy.
What a yeah, what a weird place to announce it on a pre-show. That was my first. I would have thought now that they would have geared up a big segment on Raw for that. I mean, he probably deserves like his 20-minute speech. You know, he does as much as I've kind of suppose I don't want to say shat all over him, but I've kind of said he's not my cup of tea, but he's definitely someone who it deserves all the respect in the world. I think the pre-show thing was a bit underwhelming,
Yeah.
especially on a show that was probably not seen by as much fans because it was on so early.
Yeah, it was in Georgia, the show, wasn't it? His
Uh,
hometown.
so no Saudi Arabia. They
Yeah, no,
announced,
yeah. But I think that
yeah,
it was he was at Raw as well, obviously, wasn't he?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was
yeah.
the
Well, Georgia is where he was last month, but like
yeah, and
they announced it on a pre-show in Saudi Arabia. I
yeah,
wondered did
yeah.
they get money for it, but it's weird. It was weird.
What you reckon? I don't know. This is what you reckon Bill is worth today?
Um, definitely 25 plus, I'd say.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too. I
I
think he's
would think
worth.
so. Like he's a smart man and he's invested a lot, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. No, good guy. We were lucky enough to meet him. So yeah, as we know, guys, Goldberg announces he will have a retirement match
Who's he
next
gonna
year.
fight is the big thing.
Do you reckon it's Mania or do you reckon it's the Rumble?
Uh, I'd say WrestleMania. You know
You
what?
reckon?
I'd probably do John Cena.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Do you reckon it could be Gunter, or do you reckon Gunter will be on to something more particular?
It could be Gunter. Like, yeah, I'd like to see either John Cena or Gunter. Like, I'd have thought about John Cena having two matches at WrestleMania, one each night.
Hmm.
I really think that he's going out to prove a point before he retires, and I think he's going to go two nights.
You think you go up the high?
Oh, he won't. Well, he won't retire until December or whatever it is.
Hmm.
But he deserves a great last WrestleMania match as well as Bill. Gunter would be ideal actually for Bill because he really gets it. Um,
Yeah.
and that's probably
Does
what was it.
yeah. Does you know you mentioned Cena? Does Cena win a belt?
There's talk of him. All right, having one more.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to say no, but anything's possible.
Yeah. No, I love it. I always when you say stuff like that, I always take note because you're normally right.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, there's something that happened at RCW that I was right about. We'll talk about in a minute.
yeah, no, you're always right, by you're all
Yeah,
you have a
it's just there's something there. Like I just think, yeah.
yeah. No, you were spot on.
I suppose we should just go straight into it because I know we weren't there. Um,
Yeah, so unfortunately, we did miss RCW, the first show we've ever missed. I was a bit under the weather. It was just one of them weeks, and I suppose in particular the Friday didn't feel $1 million,
Yeah.
so it just felt like shit Saturday. But what we will say is obviously Haskins, Owen Richards went to a no contest. Phil, you
what
called it.
what did
You
I
said it was
say
going to
2 weeks?
happen.
What did I say when 2 weeks ago? There's not going. There's something about this match. I mean, there's going to be no winner.
Yeah, you were right. You were right. Looked like a massive card. I've seen obviously we know all the matches and stuff, and we know what's next. But like it looked like there was a great crowd there.
Yeah, Rio was back as well, which I always
Yeah,
uh
we've seen the
think, you know,
Instagram
yeah.
she put up. She was on the plane to Cork. Traumatized really to miss it, but I suppose look, sometimes you just can't attend everything. Like you can't have 100% record. But great show, and we will be back at the next one, which is a Christmas Carol, and it has been confirmed. LJ Cleary will take on Paul London. That alone, guys, would sell the event. It's LJ is back after many months away in Japan, and obviously Paul London, former WWE legend, he will be on that card. We have Debbie Raven, Danny Luna. She's obviously been announced as well. G Money, J Money. It's much more to be announced in due course, but that is the news right now. That is obviously fresh. We put it out there as soon as it was announced.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can't wait for this one, Phil. This is going to be a big card, and it's always nice Christmas time,
Yeah.
especially when it's RCW, because you have the songs and you have the feel good vibe. And I suppose it's probably fair to say this will be our one of our WrestleSlam Christmas parties too.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to think that it's a year since Eric Young. Um,
Doesn't feel it, does it? Doesn't feel it.
it doesn't really. I just still remember us in there with him. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it's mad. But
yeah.
in saying that, is it going to be weird without the usual Billy sing song at the end of the year?
Well, I know he played a big role on Saturday night, obviously doing the commentary and a bit extra. So I know Billy was there in attendance and he had a big part to play. Yeah, I suppose look, it's a tradition, I'd say they let Billy go in and do his thing,
I do love that. I
Especially,
love that in the air stuff. It's brilliant.
yeah, we're all kind of hands around each other. It's actually a really good vibe. The lineup is incredible. If you look at that lineup on that poster alone, like there's so many big names.
Flash Morgan Webster is back. Um, Danny Luna, who's in TNA at the
Mark
moment.
Andrews too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Andrews. Yeah,
Mark Andrews. Yeah,
Debbie.
that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be surreal, and I'm looking forward to what will happen. Christmas Carol. So the PAV Cork City, Friday, December 6th, guys. Get your tickets. They're on sale right now. That lineup is immense, and this will be a sellout, guys. So make sure you grab your tickets ASAP
I
for
think for
Christmas
this is
Carol.
the kind of match now the LJ and London is going to bring people from all over Ireland. This is one of those
It's a huge match.
this is one of those exclusive matches you'll see nowhere else.
Yeah, it's a huge match. And like Paul London, like, you know what I mean, still very young. I think Paul could be in his early 40s. But
Yeah, yeah.
listen, he's a big deal, Phil. We know all about Paul London. I was a huge fan. Still am a huge fan. The fact we have him in Cork is incredible. And I know he's doing a seminar as well up in Fight Factory, but this is huge. And look, we're lucky to have him here.
Yeah, he's unreal. And I think his first ever match against Brock Lesnar. If I can remember right, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
It's
I
kind of
think
mad, like to think all these years later he's wrestling in our city centre. It's just I've always had a soft spot for Paul London.
yeah, just
Always.
just a really good guy, and like people forget, like when he was in Ring of Honor, Phil, as you remember, like in Ring of Honor, he was like, you know what I mean, he was legit, the real deal, like.
And like there was a lot of them around that time. There was Pac, Spanky. Was he trained by Brian Danielson as well? He might have been. Or was that just Spanky? That might have been just Spanky actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the
Well,
real deal.
he was in the tag team with Brian Kidman, sorry, Billy Kidman and Brian Kendrick,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's, you know what I mean, they're two elite wrestlers. Like you look at Brian Kendrick and Billy Kidman. I think Billy Kidman for me was never given the credit he deserved, but yeah, he cruiserweight champion too. Yeah, he was trying. I think he was trained. Was he trained by Christopher Daniels too? I think
yeah. I think that's what I was thinking of. I know he was trained by someone. Um,
Christopher Daniels. I think. Yeah, I think maybe
he was in that
one of the
same
top.
kind of. He was in that same bracket where the lads were trained by like Brian Danielson and Spanky. As HBK trained a few of them as well around
Yeah,
that
yeah.
time.
He's the
But yeah,
real deal.
yeah, no, it's good. It'll be great. It's going to be great. Um, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's not too far away. We'll be there before we know it.
Yeah, December 4th.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, we're November 4th now. So as you say, look, there's not long to go,
Like, yeah,
guys. December 6th is the date. So yeah, what's that? Like it's probably 29, 30 days. So not long to go. We cannot wait, guys. Get your tickets ASAP. We'll be doing a pre-show very soon for this one, and we'll be sure to grab a lot of interviews because it is a Christmas special. We will try and get Paul London and all the team on with us.
Yeah.
And we will also try, I think there's something that we have to do for this, get the actual event poster signed and give a couple of giveaways, because we have a lot of fans worldwide.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. I think you're right.
Yeah, get the poster
We'll try and get it signed by as many people and faces as we can.
Yeah, and we'll do that. We'll do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Crown Jewel, I'm quickly going to go through that, guys. So obviously we had, I believe, 6 matches. So obviously the Bloodline and yeah, they defeated Roman Reigns and the Usos by pinfall. No, Bill, what was your thoughts on Solo doing the job on Roman?
I knew they'd win, but I didn't think Roman would get pinned. That was a very weird choice.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I like it, but we'll see where it goes.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of this Sami Zayn stuff. I think
So
this.
what actually happened? Did Sammy turn on everyone? Yeah.
No, he just kind of made the save after the match, but it was just. Remember 2 years ago we were like, "Oh, this is brilliant, and we're loving this." They're
Yeah.
doing the exact same thing like 2 years later.
But
Um,
did he do something to Roman? He did he?
he kicked him by mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
But this match was not very good. Not,
Yeah.
no, no, it was not good, and it was on first, which was weird as well. Um, I'm going to be
That was
saying,
to get people talking. Yeah, about Roman getting the pin, like, will Roman
yeah,
repin the show?
but I'm going to be saying this a lot during this. I thought this match and show was terrible. Um,
Shite.
well, this the
Not a
worst
fun.
worst Triple H show I've seen. Um, not it was uneventful, not great. Um, I don't think there was really one really good match. I don't think there was.
Yeah.
Um, LA Knight was good, but I don't know. I just didn't feel it with this one. I just didn't think this was particular. I thought, yeah, we will. I don't really want to go through the whole show because I thought the show was not great.
Thought it was that
Do you want to
bad,
just
yeah.
go through the results there quickly because it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I'll go through it. Look, that's fair enough, Phil. I respect your honesty, my man, and that's why you're such a popular figure here. You say it how it is. Yeah, look, a lot of people giving bad vibes on this one. So Cody Rose obviously defeated Gunter
Yeah,
via pin.
that match actually pissed a lot of fans off.
Yeah, should have fucking happened anyway, to be honest, for that match.
But the whole thing is
It,
like they get a belt, but then they can't take the belt home. The belt has to stay in Saudi. So what's the point?
yeah, I think that was a crazy one. LA Knight obviously defeated Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. That was a good finish. Triple check for the United States Championship. Liv Morgan defeated Nia Jax via pinfall. Seth Rollins defeated Bronson Reed. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill defeated Damage Control. I think Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin too. Yeah, that was about it. Look, it was one of them things. I think the matches were quite short.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with
Not
Kevin Owens as well, there wasn't even a match. Um,
yeah, yeah.
there's more of an angle, which is, I mean, I don't mind it because it sets up a whole thing, but you could have done that on SmackDown and given more time to some other matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Interesting week as well. We had a couple of releases.
Yeah. And there's more to come, is what I'm hearing.
More to come. So, just quickly, who do you think will leave? I know I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but do you reckon if you can name two or three?
I could definitely name one anyway.
Okay.
Nakamura.
But let's be honest, he'll do so much better elsewhere.
I don't know if his contract's up, he'll be on the Wrestle Kingdom in January. I think.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple
yeah.
there. I think Triple H is realizing that they have way too many down in NXT, that are ready to come up, and they need to get ready, and they need fresh blood as well.
Nakamura is a lost cause, really. A guy that was
Well,
over to it.
yeah. The problem with him is he's lost so many matches. It's very hard to get him back.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for someone like me or you, we never ever believe if he suddenly started winning matches, we were not going to be always going to win the world belts.
Should he have won at Mania that time when he won the Rumble?
I think definitely, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, me too. Me
I think he
too.
was
Even
red
being
hot
there
at the
now.
one that you went to that time.
Yeah, fucking that was traumatized.
I'm
Um,
trying to think of anyone else off the top of my head. Uh, that could
were
be.
you surprised with Corbin?
Uh, Not necessarily. I think he could do well. I think Impact TNA.
Yeah, yeah.
I could see him as a world champion in TNA actually.
Yeah, he'll definitely be back in the near future, I'd say.
He might, but his age is against him.
Yeah, and he's been
I
around
think
a
he's
long time. Like, how long
yeah, I
has he
think
been
he's in his
there?
form.
10 years?
Oh, I'd say he's in WWE. So he was in the golden era of NXT when that started. That was nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think Joe was actually there, Joe Cabrera, with
Yeah,
him.
in 2012, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
hell. Long time.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think there. I reckon. Did you told me there was another release as well that I didn't even I couldn't find it anywhere when you sent it to me about
What was that?
Isla Dawn.
Who was it?
Isla Dawn. Is it you?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If that's true, then her partner will probably be released as well.
Yeah, I did see that. That did pop up. I don't know. There was a few
I tried
fucking
to
links to
find it,
that.
but I could not find it anywhere.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's fuck all there. I know when you Google it, like, but it was like her, Nixon knew.
yeah.
Um, and obviously Corbin. But is Triple H a bad guy for letting him go, or is it just business?
Do you know, my honest opinion, if someone is not better in 3 years, I think it's time to move on for their own health as
Yeah,
well and mental health. Like, you can't have a guy on your roster 10 years that's in the same spot.
yeah. No,
Like,
I agree.
it
I
makes no
agree.
sense and logical for fans watching it either. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nakamura did it 10 years. Do you know what I mean? He is.
But like as you see, if he goes back to Japan, like sure he's fucking laughing. Like,
Oh, yeah, he'd be huge there.
you know what I mean?
Like,
He's laughing.
um, as well there now, just kind of just run through news quickly.
Yeah.
WWE were in Dublin last night.
Yeah, so I got sent a few videos from Darren Blake. Looked chalk and block. They were lucky. Like they all had a charter flight from
That
Ria,
was
like
yeah,
from
yeah.
yeah. So I said they were lucky to get in. If the weather was bad, they would have been fucked completely. But
Hmm.
look a great show. I know Dollar Deck and his kids. They got a selfie with Cody Rose. Seemed to be a good one altogether.
All SmackDown as well.
Yeah, which was great. Which leads me to the fact that they have announced the road to WrestleMania next year, Phil. There's going to be a couple of live Raws and SmackDowns in the UK. Unfortunately, Dublin has not been announced for nothing. And that's been the case for a long time. I said it to Triple H. We were the first question, or one of the first questions, after Money in the Bank, where I mentioned obviously a WWE pay-per-view coming to Ireland.
Yeah.
Now, it still might happen, but the road to WrestleMania, it's been pretty much Northern Ireland. There was Amsterdam, there was Brussels, there was parts of
Austria.
Italy.
Austria,
Yeah,
yeah.
obviously Raw SmackDown will be taking place in London, Glasgow, etc. But
Barcelona
no,
have
no,
Barcelona have an episode as well.
they do, but nothing announced for Dublin, Ireland, or Cork.
Yeah.
So I'd say, look, maybe in due course, maybe next year, well, the year after, because it is next year, or the year after that, hopefully. But thoughts on that, Phil? And would you be tempted to make the trip to the UK for a live Raw SmackDown?
Yeah, like Glasgow's always a good place. We've been there. I'm assuming
Yeah,
it's the same. I'm
Battersea.
assuming it's the same place.
I would be, yeah, it would be, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's always good.
Raw would be tempting. Raw, like a 3 hour Raw, 2 hour Raw would be tempting.
Yeah. It's on Netflix as well. It'll be on Netflix
Yeah.
then as well.
And Glasgow is so easy to get around that you can fly into Edinburgh if needs be, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's only like what did we do the last time? Was it an hour or something on a little train?
Hour from Glasgow to Edinburgh. And the ride itself was nice.
Yeah, yeah,
It was a lovely train journey, if you remember.
yeah. It was, and it's very easy to get. Like it's very cheap to get to Edinburgh from Cork.
Very cheap. Yeah, you're
Um,
talking under 80 quid, like, and it's a Monday as well, like,
yeah,
you
Monday,
know.
Tuesday, and Wednesday are usually good for
Yeah,
flights.
something to think about. But yeah, it was you know what I mean. It was some big announcements there. So the road to WrestleMania next year, guys. We'll have more details on that next week, and we'll go through the ins and outs. Yeah, but that's it, Phil. Really, look, we wanted to come on and say hello to all of our fans, everyone that tunes in every week. We've got a loyal
What
fan
everyone
base.
through. some very fast news there just
Yeah.
before we go, right? So Kenny
Okay.
Omega made a surprise return today at New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, and apparently he's going to have a match on January 5th.
Yeah.
So his return is back. It looks like he's fighting Gabe Kidd. That's what it looks
Hmm.
like.
Interesting.
But Kenny Omega to return on a random Japanese show. I
Yeah.
don't know, is that good
He
for
need,
AEW?
he
Um,
need, what's there?
well, he's been out for so long. I think it's weird to make him return on a show that I hate using the word marks, but like the general wrestling fans, are not tuning in at 7 a.m. to watch a New
Yeah.
Japan show. Like we're not like I love wrestling. I would never watch a wrestling show at 7 a.m. I just
Yeah.
couldn't
Sure.
do it. I just
It's
couldn't
even
do it.
hard
Like,
for us now to stay up for a show. Like,
yeah, no, but I couldn't do it myself. I just couldn't. I don't know. Is it just because we're getting older, and it's
yeah.
just like I can watch that later.
Well, yeah, we have so much these days. Back in the days when we were younger, you could only record something VHS and hope that your parent hit record and play.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing was, speaking of Japan, WWE announced Backlash will be out in Japan.
I think they're backtracking.
Are they?
Yeah, apparently Dave Meltzer came out there about 10 minutes ago and said that was all bullshit.
But they posted it, didn't they? WWE posted that.
Don't know, but have a quick look there, but I don't
Yeah,
think
I might have a
so.
quick look at that. Yeah, because
I think Meltzer.
I saw
Yeah, I
WWE
think
on about it.
yeah. I think
Oh,
Meltzer might have fallen.
oh, this was an hour ago. No,
Yeah,
WWE isn't at the Tokyo Dome,
yeah,
according to Sean Ross Sapp.
yeah.
According to Sapp, anyway.
Yeah. Sappy sap.
And then,
Um,
and I don't know. So I don't know what the story is. I think they jumped the gun. All right, you could be right.
maybe, which is a shame because we all want the Tokyo Dome, like,
Pretty much, yeah.
we,
Um.
we
Also, as well, there's rumors of another. What did I say? I said this months ago to you. There's rumors of a
yeah.
draft as we go into Netflix.
Has to happen, doesn't it?
It does because Raw needs SmackDown and Raw. They need to freshen things up.
Yeah,
They're
they
gone
always
pretty
do, to be
bad.
honest.
Also the last thing I'll mention just because I know we're running out of time as well.
Yeah.
This week's NXT is going to be ECW appreciation show.
So we'll
So
see a couple of faces. So we might see Ralph and Nam wrestle too. Who knows?
yeah, RVD announced is Bully Ray, RVD, Dawn Marie, Francine, and Little Guido, who I always love.
Francine, yeah, Jesus Christ,
I
and Dawn
love Little
Marie.
Guido. I always loved the FBI. I thought they were brilliant.
Yeah. What was he? What was his name? He had a couple of names, didn't he?
He had a few names for what's his WWE name? I so weird because I remember him as Little Guido.
Yeah, full. They were
Nunzio,
what do they call
Nunzio,
it?
Nunzio is who he
Yeah,
was. Yeah, he's
he's
coming
fucking
anyway.
alright.
He's coming to the family with D'Angelo and stuff, which could be good. It's also on a
Yeah,
Wednesday this week, which is running head to head with AEW, so AEW could be screwed.
yeah, especially with an ECW team like.
Yeah, and AEW, and I'm going there with them because they're getting worse. They're just getting worse.
Yeah, it's yeah, they're not, they haven't completely fallen yet, but they're close, aren't they?
Oh, it's so bad. Like it's just horrendous. It's horrendous to watch.
Yeah,
I I think from a wrestling guy like me and you who watch wrestling for a long time, that show is just it's just so bad. And you know what's really worse about the whole thing? They put stuff on their C shows that no one watches.
yeah,
Like they put on some big angle they did there, I think, with Chris Statlander on one of
yeah,
their C shows. And then if you don't watch that and you're tuning into the next show and you're going, oh, I thought she was a heel. Why is she a face now?
yeah. No one knows what's actually happening.
Well,
Like, you
no
know what I
one's happy
mean?
because there's too many shows and there's too much to follow. Like
Yeah, it's bollocks.
AEW would see so much better if they just had a Dynamite and no other shows.
Yeah,
And they seem to be hiring wrestlers left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's fine.
the end of the last Dynamite was really bad. I don't care what fans say. I thought it was very, very bad.
Yeah.
Like the Hurt Business, it was done. It was in WWE. It was good when it started, but they're
Yeah.
just going back to old. Like, what does Tony Khan think he's gaining from doing a WWE storyline?
Nothing really.
Well, the
Yeah.
Hurt Syndicate is what they're called now.
Yeah.
Um,
It's never a good thing, man, is it?
just pitch. And the thing is, I was actually awake last week, and I actually watched it. I was watching some of it live when it was on, and this is like
Yeah.
this is not good.
No, it's never good, man. Never good.
It's just annoying because it could be so good because they have so much good talent.
Yeah. Never a good thing.
I
Never a
like
good
there's a
thing.
lot of things on that show. I sure
Let
Ricky is just another star now. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, let Phil hop in and fucking sort it.
I don't think it can be fixed very easily.
Yeah.
Now they don't have the
It's,
young buck for 8 weeks. They're gone.
I know. I know.
That's the
But
whole
no,
that's the whole show in itself though, that whole rant about that. We could talk about that for hours.
yeah. No, we will definitely. Yet again, guys, it's we can hear all that talking about all elite and the frustration and you know the roster and how they're not using it the way they should be. But yeah, we'll keep that for next week.
One
We get
one
Matt
thing though
back.
I do want to end on.
Yeah,
I think that Bronson Reed was screwed badly at Crown Jewel.
you
Um,
think so? Yeah,
I don't see the point what Seth Rollins gains from beating. Okay, he beat him with 3 curb stomps, but I don't see the point of what he of beating. Well, unless there's bigger plans for him, which I'm all for if there is. But like Seth Rollins doesn't need at this point of his career to be beating Bronson Reed,
yeah. I don't know.
unless
Strange.
unless they're fighting in 3 matches and Bronson wins the next ones, which I'm fine with then.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Well, it
know.
kills
I
the
get
whole
it.
wrestler's momentum, if you know what I mean. It just kills the whole
Yeah,
wrestler.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we'll. Yeah, it's nothing
That's
plus.
a
Nothing.
whole other thing about 20 minutes. I could talk about that as well, but we'll leave
Yeah,
it.
no, it's frustrating. No, they drop the ball sometimes with a lot of stars. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's frustrating to see that kind of stuff. It's the same thing in football. Like look at Man United. Look how much of a mess that is.
Yeah, but even looking at LA Knight, you know what I mean? He's kind of, I suppose, he has belts and stuff, but like, there's a time he could have, you know, been the
Oh, that
champion.
this
You know?
time 18 months ago when we were at Money in the Bank,
Yeah.
he was on fire.
So
He
really,
won,
I'll
yeah.
never forget that the underground subway, and everyone, yeah, yeah, the whole trains.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it just goes to show you bad booking kills momentum, you know.
Yes, it does indeed. Um, right, guys, that is the end of the show as always. We thank you for tuning our way. The show is brought to you by the Macau Casino and in association with SportsMatters TV. From myself, Jerry, and from Phil Connolly, we thank you for tuning our way. We'll be back again next Monday to record, and the show goes out every Tuesday, as you
Matt will
know.
be back. He will be back.
Matt will be back, and he looks after all our guests. So if you don't want to come on the show, just message Matt. I know he's got a few people lined up in due course, but if you do want to appear on the WrestleSlam show, the longest running show in Ireland for wrestling, then you know give Matt a DM or DM the WrestleSlam Instagram page or Twitter page, and I'll pass on a message to Matt, and we'll go from there, guys. But yet again, thank you for tuning our way. We'll catch you very soon, and thank you for all the support as always. We are WrestleSlam the podcast.